The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue across the village. Golden Heart was walking near the outskirts, admiring the peaceful atmosphere. His thoughts wandered to Amy, as they often did. She'd been opening up little by little, though there were still walls around her heart. He respected that, never pushing her, knowing that healing took time. As he strolled, his ears perked up at the sound of footsteps behind him. He turned to see Amy, walking toward him with a hesitant expression. She stopped a few feet away, her arms crossed, as if she was holding herself together. Her usual confident demeanor seemed absent.
Hey!
She said, her voice softer than usual.
Hey.
Golden Heart replied gently, curious but not wanting to press her. For a moment they stood there in silence, the cool evening breeze rustling the leaves around them. Amy glanced away, as if gathering her thoughts, before finally speaking again.
I've been thinking about a few things.
She said, her tone measured.
About the way I've been treating you.
Golden Heart's brow furrowed slightly, but he remained silent, giving her the space to say what she needed.
I know I haven't exactly been the easiest person to be around.
Amy continued, her voice wavering just a little.
I've been kind of sharp, maybe even unfair.
Golden Heart watched her, his heart softening. He could see the vulnerability she was trying to shield, the battle between her pride and the pain she'd been carrying. He took a step closer but kept his distance, not wanting to overwhelm her.
I'm not good at this,
Amy muttered, her hand brushing through her quills in frustration.
but I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry.
Her words hung in the air, raw and unguarded. It wasn't an apology that came easy, Golden Heart could tell. It came from a place of realization, and maybe even regret. Amy wasn't someone who easily admitted when she felt wrong, and this moment felt like a significant step. Golden Heart smiled gently.
Amy, you don't have to apologize. I understand that you've been through things, and I don't expect you to be any different than who you are.
Amy's eyes flicked up to meet his, and for a moment she seemed taken aback by his understanding. There was no judgment, no anger, just compassion. Her defenses softened a little more.
I know.
She said, her voice quieter now, almost fragile.
It's just, you've been nothing but kind to me, and I guess I haven't really given you a fair chance.
Golden Heart's heart swelled at her words, but he kept his expression calm.
You've given me more of a chance than you think.
He said, his tone sincere.
Sometimes it takes time to trust someone, and that's okay. I'm not going anywhere.
Amy looked away again, her cheeks slightly flushed, though whether it was from embarrassment or something else, Golden Heart couldn't tell. She shifted her weight as if the conversation had made her uncomfortable, but in a way that was necessary.
I just wanted you to know
She muttered, looking at the ground.
that I see how much you care. I haven't had a lot of people in my life who really care like that, and it's not easy to accept.
Golden Heart's smile grew, but he didn't push her further.
Thank you, Amy. That means more than you know.
Amy nodded, and though she still didn't meet his eyes, there was a weight lifted between them. She had taken a step, a small but meaningful one, toward letting him in.
I've got to go.
She said, clearing her throat, and without waiting for a response, she turned and walked away. But this time, her steps didn't seem as distant. There was a lighter air about her, a sense that maybe she was beginning to let her guard down, even if just a little. Golden Heart watched her go, his chest warm with hope. It wasn't a sudden change, but it was a step in the right direction, a step towards something deeper. He had all the patience in the world, and for Amy, he would wait as long as she needed. As the sun finally dipped below the horizon, he felt a quiet contentment settle over him, They were getting there little by little, and that was enough.